I've been having the Galaxy S8 Plus now for over a month. I've been using it as my daily driver. Can Samsung win me over with its new flagship? What's up, YouTubers? This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and this is my final review of the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. Will this phone be hailed as a king or barbecued on the grill as a fail? Let's find out. So get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Eric again with another video. So having the Galaxy S8 Plus was a mixed bag. Everything is not rosy with this phone. So let's go and get the specs out the way. As you can see on the screen there, the phone has the best specs to offer in 2017. So what's so unique about this phone? What's so unique about the Galaxy S8 that has everyone buzzing? Let's get into it. Let's talk about the screen. The Galaxy S8 Plus has a 6.2 inch 1440 by 2960 pixels with a strange aspect ratio of 18:5 by 9, which is gorgeous. I mean, one of the best displays I ever saw. It's really good for watching movies, reading text. It's a pleasant experience looking at the screen of this device. One of the huge selling points of the Galaxy S8 and 8 Plus is the Samsung DeX. It is a dock that you can purchase separately, and you can get an almost desktop experience connecting it via HDMI to a TV or monitor to give you that PC-like experience. And it is a pleasure to use because it works very well. I have detailed videos on my YouTube channel to show how the Samsung DeX work. But overall, this is a unique feature of the Galaxy S8 Plus. Let's talk about the performance of the Galaxy S8. This device had a Snapdragon 835 4 gigs of RAM. This phone runs very smooth with no hiccups, no stuttering. The new Experience UI is different from what you've seen from Samsung in the past. I believe Samsung has learned a valuable lesson from the old days of TouchWiz. You still get all the extras like Smart Select and stuff like that, but overall the interface is clean on the Galaxy S8. Let's talk about the battery life on the Galaxy S8 Plus. This phone is rocking a 3500 milliamp battery, and it's good too. I was able to get through a full day. I maxed out at about 5.5 to 6 hours screen on time, which was very impressive. I've done a battery test with this device, playing a video loop test, and I mean, it is extraordinary that this device have maxed out at 12 hours and 25 minutes. It's the longest I ever had on a battery test. So I'm very impressed at the overall battery with the Galaxy S8. One of the biggest things that Samsung always have is good cameras. Unfortunately, I am not having a rosy time with the Galaxy S8 camera. You got a 12 megapixel rear camera and an 8 megapixel front facing camera. On default, the cameras are set at 1080p at 30 frames per second when you're doing video recording. But when you tinker around with the settings and you up the settings to 1080p at 60 frames per second, it becomes a totally different aspect with the Galaxy S8 Plus. Let me show you some examples of the issues with the Galaxy S8 Plus. The still footage of this device is pretty good, but I'm having a lot of problems and issues with video recording on this device. This phone can record at 4K, 1080p, 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second. And I can tell you that at 30 frames per second, it works very good. But at 60 frames per second, that's what I like to record a lot of my videos in. You got problems. Also, side loading into the SD card, you do have problems with lower quality images and video with this device. As you can see at 60 frames per second, that this device is almost unusable, poor focusing, and I can tell you that that is a huge issue for me. I cannot pass the cameras with the Galaxy S8. Also, comparing this device to other devices such as the LG G6, you see that the LG G6 cameras are a little better, especially with underwater. I've seen that this device does a very poor job underwater, shooting at 30 or 60 frames per second compared to other devices. So at this point, I think one of the biggest downfalls to me of the Galaxy S8 is this camera. I cannot pass the camera, even though at 30 frames per second is okay, but at 60 frames per second, this device is unusable. All things considered, my biggest gripe with this device is the placement of the fingerprint scanner. In my opinion, it's unusable trying to place your right finger over the left side. And again, putting smudges on the camera lens that makes the camera almost unusable if you want to grab, point, and shoot. You have to make sure that the camera lens on this device is pretty clean, especially if you take a lot of photos and do a lot of videos. As I continue to talk about the gripes with the Galaxy S8, why would Samsung release a device that has a dedicated button that they call Bixby, but the software is not ready? As of recording this video, the Bixby software is incomplete. And Samsung promised that soon there'll be an update for Bixby, but as of now, it's unfinished. So it's kind of frustrating paying almost $900 for a device that has some of these issues. Bixby, I would love to use Bixby, but it's unfinished. That's some of the things that's wrong with the Galaxy S8 Plus. We do have unfinished software. So here's my conclusion. The Galaxy S8 Plus is a great device. It has one of the best screens, period, on any mobile device. Also, when it comes down to the speed of the device, this device is the first device with the Snapdragon 835 processor. It has 4 gigs of RAM. It has all the bells and whistles, but you do have some issues with this device. You got unfinished software. You got Bixby that is not working at recording this video. Also, the cameras are unusable at 60 frames per second. The poor placement of the fingerprint scanner. You have to remember that the Galaxy S8 Plus is an $850 plus device. That's very expensive to have unfinished software. So right now, I cannot give the Galaxy S8 Plus a pass. This device is not King Supreme of 2017 as of right now. Maybe in the future we will get further updates, but right now, this device is barbecued. This is Eric from Music Computer Solutions. Leave your question down below. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy S8 in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.